Welcome, everybody, to the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast, a weekly podcast hosted by four drivers from the PDX Sim team. Myself, Sean, followed up by Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd. Join us every Monday as we drop a new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast where we talk about sim racing, motorsports, and street cars, and just kind of chit-chatting and bullshitting along the way. So join us every Monday for a new episode of the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much, and enjoy the show. Real quick, if you're a sim racer and you're looking for a new sim rig, check out the affiliate link down below for Extreme Sim Racing. I run an Extreme Sim Racing cockpit for about a year and a half now, and I love it. It's well built. There's no flex. They got great customer service. They got all kinds of products. And right now, if you buy anything through the website, you get a month of iRacing for free. I think it's a month or 3 months. You're going to want to click the link and go check it out because you get some free iRacing to go along with your purchase. And they got Sim Magic gear and all kinds of stuff. So check out the Extreme Sim Racing affiliate link. We'd really appreciate it. Plus, they got some pretty great stuff. Also, if you're thinking about starting your own podcast like we did, check out the affiliate link for Buzzsprout. We chose Buzzsprout because it's easy to use, easy to figure out. And if you're new at this thing, check them out. Check the affiliate link. On your second build cycle, they're going to kick you back $20 in Amazon gift cards. So check it out. We'd really appreciate it. And also at the bottom, there's a support the show link. That'll take you to our PayPal account. If you'd like to donate to the show, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys for listening and enjoy the show.
Hey, here we gotta go live.
Nothing's working. Damn it,
Hey,
wrong song.
Did you? I hit play. Did you?
There we
It's
go.
the wrong beginning song. Is that? Did we start with the wrong intro music?
Now it's right. Now it's right. Now it's good.
Okay.
Is this the right intro music this
You gotta
time?
wait 4 beats.
Four beats?
Or whatever.
Beep beep beep.
Oh,
Oh,
like
I don't
that?
know,
No, you need
because
that
we are
Austin
live.
Yeah,
Whoa. We're back and we're live. What is it, episode 27?
28.
28? Oh, we're getting so
28.
many, I can't even remember. We're back. DGDR podcast. The boy Jimbo, Coach Mike, and Todd.
Hello.
Yeah.
So we were discussing a little bit of the VR as we were getting ready to go live. So
The pre-production, because you know how much we like to prepare for
Yeah.
our shows.
That's right.
yeah, hey, can we go on a little late? I'm fat and need to eat dinner.
Let's help with the
That's
wife.
the
He's
pre-production.
eating.
Yeah.
Yep, we do have lives, people, normal ones, just in case anyone was wondering.
You guys do, maybe.
Well,
Yeah.
I just sit here waiting for
Mike's
for
just
every
waiting.
podcast. I just got the
Yeah.
headphones on, waiting for somebody.
These other boys are waiting, playing games, having a good time, having a beer. You having a beer?
no.
No.
I did
Not
have some
a
wine.
bait,
I did have some wine with the fillet, though.
Oh, nice. That did
There
look
you go.
good. That did look tasty.
Oh boy, was it tasty!
The filet
Was it
mignon.
tasty? Hey, Hollis, was it tasty? Yeah. Yep, it was
Yeah.
tasty.
Tasty meats. They love the tasty meats over there.
Whoa, I do love tasty meats, and everybody knows it.
Good times.
Oh,
Mashed potatoes.
it was very good. So what we were discussing was how we thought more people would be streaming with the new PSVR 2.
VR2.
And it seems that they're not. And it seems they're not because they don't have the confidence to practice, and they don't want to be slow. They're really worried that they're going to be slow. this is one of those things where if you have like a second account,
Yep.
why aren't you racing on that second account so you can get used to it? Because at some point you're going to get your speed back.
Yep. And I've gotten there. That's what I'm using. Because, yeah, you feel free. You don't have that pressure. And it definitely helps having that second account, especially learning something new like VR.
Not saying I don't get frustrated, but
the bigger streamers are probably worried that they're going to be slow, not competitive, and viewers are going to turn off because, oh shit, they're in ninth place when usually they should be second or first winning, and now they're in the back and, you know, not being as competitive or whatever.
Right.
So,
because what, it's been a week and a half since it's been out.
It'll be 12 days from when, people hear this podcast, and from it's been 12 days. So,
yeah. Well, if anyone wants to check anything out, check out PDX Sim on the YouTubes, because I've been trying to put out little things, still trying to get used to it.
They're good. Yeah.
So much better with the motion sickness. That's like pretty much gone. And I've been just doing that. I've done bumper cam on a few laps, but other than that, it's been strictly VR because I love it that much. It just makes you feel like you're really there.
And again, that's what I was kind of anticipating.
And that's the feeling I've always wanted when I'm sim racing. That's how I want to feel. And you forget you're in my dining room is where I'm at, next to a window, my dining room table, and all this other shit. And when you put the headset on, you're not there. I'm in a fucking race car on this track, hauling ass, taking corners, feeling great, racing. It's amazing, man. I love it. I can't get enough of it.
Yeah, I don't. So I will be getting it.
Yeah.
And I will be racing with it. I might, for the first, until I really get used to it, only be racing on my second account.
Right. Yeah.
But I am
That's
not.
What I've been doing. Second account all the way.
But I'm not scared to do it.
Right. I mean, even
it's one of those things that I think it's going to make you better in the end.
I mean, I've been pretty good. Main account. I did a few on my main account. Started like 11th, but I feel like you're more consistent. I didn't make as many mistakes. So I finished in like 8th or 6th. So I still moved up. I mean, it wasn't the best, but you're moving up. I wasn't falling back. Which was
why do we do sim racing? We do sim racing because we can't afford to
do
the real thing. So why aren't you trying to get as close as possible?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think it's awesome that Jermaine is able to spend $1,000 a week during race weekends to go out racing.
Yep.
I'm not at that point. I can't do that. And that is by no means that's no knock on Jermaine. That is like, man, I wish I was at his level.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, he knows. He budgets for it. He knows what to expect. He was saying one night when we were talking to him, and he saves his money instead of doing certain things. He saves his money for racing. I was like, God damn, you got self-control right there, buddy.
Yeah, disciplined.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
So yeah,
and it's so since none of the four of us are smart enough to do that.
I got kids. That's my money pit.
Well,
that's the name of our podcast.
He does it for $1,000 a weekend.
The name of our new podcast, Money Pit.
We drop $1,000. We can actually race for more than a weekend. In our world.
Yeah,
that's the VR. It's the first step to actual realism, and people aren't taking advantage of that. I understand that they're not as good, but it's like, get faster, you will. It's like driving. You weren't a good driver when you started in real life. Right. You got better as you drove.
Just when you went from a controller to a wheel, you weren't as fast then. It took you some time, and eventually you got there.
I mean, look at now. Mullet has gotten new pedals, and he's not as fast as he was. He's working on it, though.
Yep. He was on tonight. I was checking out a stream. What's up, Mullet? And I actually told him we need to have him on in the next couple of weeks, and he said anytime. So,
Yep, he
look
was.
out for
I just
that.
actually, when we were doing planning, I'm going through YouTube all the time, seeing if there are any stories that maybe I'd missed, and I saw that he was up there, so I left a message and a like, and told him the same thing. But it takes time to do stuff.
Yep.
It takes time to relearn. When you change what you have, it takes time to learn.
Yeah,
It just does. And
definitely.
if you can't take that time, why did you even try? Why did you switch? Like that's sort of my thought is
I know some
why
people
would you buy something that like the VR, and who knows, maybe Tish was sent or not Tish, but maybe Key was sent the VR. But if he bought the VR, why would you
Yeah, I
buy
think
the
he bought
VR and then not use it?
Right? Oh yeah. Especially
Well,
in
again,
GT7.
somebody like him, I think he's afraid of losing subscribers. But I
Well, and
think
the
at
other
the
thing
same
is
time,
he
you'd probably
also
gain more because it is VR,
Right.
and not a lot of people are doing it.
Key is one of the, they're not the bad, but he's very chatty
Mm-hmm.
as well. So
That's true, too. He
Oh
does like to
yeah,
interact
yeah.
with
You can't
his-
read the chat.
Yeah,
Can't see
with his
any of
fans
that.
and
but
everything.
but at the same breath, there's a few others that I know that are literally not chatty at all, and kind of in between races. Oh, hey, how you doing? Or
Mhm.
whatnot. That have it and just don't do it because of I believe, like we're saying, they just, I'm not fast, so I don't want to be, slow, and they're making it more of a novelty, and it's not good because it just kind of defeats it for the community. That, oh well, no, it sucks, I'm not even going to buy it. Like, if people got it, I think it could become a large community. I mean, everybody
Oh, yeah.
eventually basically in VR.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that's
Well,
what just had me second guessing. Like,
Mhm.
is it a novelty? Did it, it wore off after fucking 10 days. People are like, yeah, it was cool and shit, and going in the VR room or garage, and then it's
Oh,
so.
no. The
I think
racing
it's
is
just
so
I think
good.
it's just people scared to
Take a couple steps back at first.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
take a couple
Pace-wise.
steps back. Yeah, and it's why not make a couple steps back if you can then make 8 steps forward and
yeah.
make it entertaining for your subscribers.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so my subscribers are not gonna I'm not going to be, during the race, I'm not going to be able to look over and go, oh yeah, blah blah blah, that's what's blah blah blah. Okay, so they can wait.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not, they're going to have to watch me like I usually do, not, how I get really quiet when I race. It just happens. I'm not
Yeah,
Mr.
and in
Talkative.
between each daily
you
or
just
whatever,
take-
there's so
yeah.
much downtime. That's the
Take
time
it
you
off.
interact with your
Exactly.
Yeah, take it off, read your shit, put it back on. I
Yep.
know it's a pain in the ass, but it's not that bad.
Is it
I
taking
do
it
it.
off and putting it back on?
I don't think so. Sometimes, I mean, once you've done it enough times, you know your sweet spot. So then you're able to get
Okay.
it on quickly. I mean, by this time they should know. I mean, I got it down pretty good to where it's not a pain in the ass and stuff. So
Okay.
I
A fellow
Making
YouTuber,
an effort.
GT Realm, he got one sent from one of his. His eyes are too close together, and it doesn't say anything on the PlayStation Network that if your eyes are this narrow or this wide, this system will not actually work. But yeah, that was one of his subscribers. It's like, dude, I can't use it. My eyes are too freaking narrow.
that sucks.
So is he like George Jones? If he didn't have a nose, he'd just have one eye?
Probably, yep, just one.
That's awful. That is so
Unit eye.
horrible.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that sucks.
Just eyes being too narrow, can't use the VR headset, and I guess if your eyes are too wide apart, also,
Yeah. Well,
you can't use it.
Oh man.
measure your face,
So if you're
everybody.
like-
measure
yeah.
your face.
And again,
If you're a
that's something
Cyclops or a chameleon, you can't use this.
Yeah.
well, again, that's something that PS doesn't say,
Right.
beforehand.
Yeah, but at the
You know,
same
so if
time,
you buy it,
there's
you
the
may
rarity
be.
of that, though.
That's
Well,
got to be
I'm-
pretty rare, I
Yeah.
would think.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
to
sure
be
you
in
have
that
average,
range.
Yeah. Yeah.
well, we can get away with talking because we can get away with saying stuff like that because Todd is that way.
Right.
Actually, he has one eye in the middle of his face and another eye on the side of his head.
Behind my head.
He's like a flatfish.
Flatfish.
Right.
He could lay on the bottom of a pool and be able to look up at the sky pretty easily.
Fuck's sakes.
Sorry.
Oh,
So,
shit.
Sean, do
I'm
you
just
think
imagining. I'm
Todd's
just
trying to ask
imagining
a
Todd
question,
right now.
Jimbo.
I'm sorry.
like, do you think you're back to your pace when you were
I do.
on bumper game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do. Maybe even a little bit faster because shit, race C, God, you were fucking fast. But I was able to get ahead of Jermaine and right below Varial. And then
Okay.
race B, I was either right behind or a little ahead of Jermaine for race B.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
I'm using you guys as my benchmark. And then two,
Yeah,
it's kind of
good.
nice. I was thinking everyone's pretty much set their times in the licensing. Maybe go back in VR and redo the licensing and see how much faster you can get than your time
Oh.
there.
Interesting.
Oh, that's
Because
probably
I
a good way
did
to- yeah.
one last, because I started doing it on my second account because I didn't really do any of that stuff yet. So I started doing more of the cafes and more of the other stuff. So the missions opened up and I did the first one, and sure shit, I beat my bumper cam time.
Interesting.
Okay.
So yeah, I would say too, for
Interesting.
people
It is
to
there.
get used to the VR, fucking start doing that again and see, because you already set times. You start doing that, see how close you come to those times or even beating those times. And if you can beat those times, and that shows you right there that you
That
should
it's faster.
Yeah.
And I think you've been putting a lot of time in too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like,
when
you've been
I'm
putting your
on and
time in.
and I'm racing, I'm using that.
You're
I'm
using it. You're getting
Yeah,
your
I'm not
$600 worth.
doing bumper.
Hashtag time in.
Okay.
Right. But I have heard of some people saying, "Oh, I'm going to get rid of my TV and just use the VR for the cinema screen." I tried doing that and it sucks. I would just take it off and use my screen right in front of me.
All right. Okay.
Do not
All right.
replace
Got
your
it.
TV because you got this. I'd use that fucker for VR, and then if you're not, then just take it off and do normal, like ACC and F1. I'll still use. I won't do that cinema mode
Right.
because I tried it and it's
Right.
way off. Like my turn-ins were different. It felt like it was pretty late, and felt like I was doing the same stuff as I was doing on my TV screen. And two, the clarity's just not there. It's like a silk projector screen is what you're looking at.
Mm.
So it's not 100% 4K. So yeah, I wouldn't replace. Think you're going to replace your TV.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, I was wondering. I did a little bit of ACC today.
Nice.
Just
ACC on the PC.
No,
On the PS5?
no, on the
Oh, that's
PS5
right, you
until
got
I
it,
can
right.
get a new processor and everything.
That's right.
Jimbo,
Until I can
news,
get all that fixed.
about ACC.
Oh,
Is that
there
the
was.
lobby
Oh,
or-
yeah.
Yeah. So
I
how was
went
it?
and created I went in and created a lobby, and it was open.
Oh,
Like I could
like an
actually
open
invite people.
like an open lobby.
No,
Oh,
just
it was
a
our
private lobby.
one?
But,
Okay.
but remember how before we
It
would
wouldn't
create
work?
a private lobby and nobody could get
Yeah.
into it?
Yeah.
Well, I was able to create because I wanted to test out Coda.
Okay.
So I just set one up and hopped on and started. I forget how, man,
Coda. Yeah.
that track is hard.
Oh yeah.
It is.
That track is so hard.
Fuck, dude, that uphill left-hander and then going in those S's and
Dude, the uphill left-hander is the easiest part of that entire track. The rest of it is like impossible. I'm like, got that left-hander
Okay.
done. Oh, can't get anything else done, but I can get that left-hander done, and then the rest of it just falls apart from there. You know, so and then trying to figure out, I did practice and qualifying for Brands Hatch. did my rain for Brands Hatch. I'm not very far in the career mode on it, so
I have to do that race still.
Yeah, and so I've got to do the races on that, but I've got everything done and figuring out setups still and how to set up the car so it's faster.
Yeah.
So those are the biggest things that I'm working on. But, on Gran Turismo 5, it's just so much better looking than on PC now. And I don't know what changed, because it used to be, I don't know. No, I don't know what changed between PC and PS5 for me, because prior, when I was doing it 6 months or a year ago, it was great. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know what happened. So I don't know.
And they just had an update for ACC on PS5, right?
Yeah, there was. I don't know what it was though.
Yep.
I don't know what it was for, but they just did another one.
I think it was pretty small.
So how'd you like the races this last week?
I didn't mind them.
Daily race C and
B. Once you got the flow of C, it was fun. And then too, the day to night transition in that race was just amazing.
Beautiful.
Beautiful, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just the bridges and the depths and the scenery and I
ended up having
stars
some good
and
races.
shit.
It drove me crazy. I could not do C.
Oh.
I could not do C. I got my time down pretty good after I switched over to the GT, but man, I could not get that race done. I completely forgot about the race on Thursday night. Completely spaced that one.
Yeah, I got in there and I lost my internet.
I was watching Mike's stream. I'm like, wait, what?
All of a sudden he's gone.
It was like an 8-minute stream. I'm like, fuck.
I was up to speed. I was feeling fast.
Trial Mountain. I think Trial Mountain, in my opinion, was the more enjoyable race. I thought it was a lot closer. I had a lot of good racing
for race B.
Race C. Racing was better, in my opinion.
I like both. Both were good, and it was a Ford kind of week too, because I was using the Group 4 Mustang and then the Group 3 GT.
Really? Mm-hmm. See, I switched over to the TT.
Yeah, me too.
Switched over to the TT and had some really good. It sucks a little bit compared to the rear-wheel drive cars, especially in a couple of the high-speed corners.
Mm-hmm.
But it was fast. It was actually fun to drive.
Mm-hmm.
But I like B much better than C.
I got pretty fast this week. Even I did both B and C, and I was just behind Jermaine and B for time trial.
Nice.
And then today I put in some of my best laps and got on C and got a 48?
Mm-hmm.
48.0.
Getting close to Todd. What were you, Todd? 40.
I think he's a 47.6 or something like that.
Getting close to Todd, so that's good.
I think I was a 2. I think I was almost. I
don't know how you did that in the Porsche.
46.9. I think, or maybe I was a 46.1.
Jesus.
Or no, 47.1. Wanted to get, but I was like a 10th or 2 off of getting in the 46s.
My optimal is a 47.
Nice.
6 it said. That's a McLaren.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I to me, I almost feel. I feel like the Group C or the Group 3 cars are broken. Just don't feel right. They don't feel the same.
Yeah, the GT feels good. That feels a lot better.
GT feels. I think the GT feels good too.
I think like the way I felt.
The Porsche.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can drive
get every car like a 47.5. 2 cars I couldn't get into the 47s were the Volkswagen, and I love the way that felt, and the Vet. Mm-hmm. All I could do is get 48 flats in both. Every other car, I tested everything. I can get in that mid 47 range. To me, the 650 and the 911 felt the best. And I just felt like more people are using the 650. I'm like, all right, I'll just use the 911. It's down on horsepower and shit, whatever. But I wanted to get in that 46 range.
I thought,
but it was at like a 47.1, I think, maybe a 47.2. I did that Monday or Tuesday.
It just, to me, it feels like, number one, the dirty air is killing the racing, and It feels like all the cars are just super pushy, super pushy. I got into the, it's funny because I got into the Lambo, and the Lambo was the least pushy car that I drove.
Wow.
I mean, it's dangerous because it has that snap oversteer that it'll get, but I mean, I felt fairly fast in that. What's funny is I was really fast in the GT, but it didn't feel good. Like, it just feels like everything's pushing through the corner. I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
I think that actually Group 4 cars have been really, I think it's going to be, I think the front wheel drives are sort of have been.
You're back.
I think they're back.
Top car in Group 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which it always, again, angers me because I'm like, all the cars should be fairly equal, and again, Polyphony has a really difficult time of making everything equal for some reason, or close to equal. But I think the Group 4 cars feel much better than they used to. And so far the Group 4 races have been more fun. Mm-hmm. I think it's sad that for me, for the past 4 weeks,
mm-hmm.
Race B has been the best race of the week.
I wish they would have just added a couple more laps to that too, made it 6 at least.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been perfect.
Yeah. Yep, I think
it was
so
a good
too.
race. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed both. It was a good. I think it was a solid week.
Yeah, I couldn't.
I didn't do race B at all, but
right.
You should have, dude. You should have.
It was
Race B was great,
and the Mustang
Race B,
has been
you should have done it.
I was even thinking shit. Maybe I should go with Ford for manufacturers for the real season.
Dude, I'm also thinking about that for the real season
Mustang,
too.
That Mustang. Fuck, that Group 4 Mustang.
Yeah, the Mustang was fast.
I just think, like, look at Race B, for example. Like, this week, it was one of the few weeks where it was nose to tail the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The pack
all different
stayed,
cars.
All different cars.
Yeah. And there was just nose to tail, bumper to bumper, all the way through.
Yeah, there was racing that happened throughout the entire race.
It's a good way to do some testings for manufacturers to see what kind of car you want to go with too. See what's going to work for you and start using the car you're going to use for these races.
I wish Coach Mike would tell us about what's happening this week, though.
Ooh, Coach Mike, come on down. What you gonna do, Coach Mike? How's next week looking?
Next week isn't terrible after what we've been
today's
talking
races,
about.
you mean?
All right.
Today's races.
This week's races.
Daily A, always the novelty race of sorts. Daily A is at Monza in the new old Honda, the RA 272 from 1965, the open wheel.
Death machine.
Is it no chicane? Do we know if it's no chicane?
No, it is the chicane. As far as I know.
It's so stupid.
Laps.
It's just dumb.
Racing hard tires for this. At least they did that. And the SR.
Isn't it SR's on and
SR's
on?
DR.
But DR is on.
Dude, that's gonna look crazy in VR. I will do that one once.
Yes, please,
for
Sean,
sure.
do that.
The car looks awesome.
I myself am going.
VR.
It's $2.5 million, I think, to buy the car in the.
Oh.
No,
that's why you just rent
it. Can you rent it?
Just rent it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just renting it.
So that might be a fun little race. It's Monza. It's going to be Carnegie, kind of thing. But it could be fun because of the car.
Yeah. I'll just hang back too, if anything, since it's no DR, and just kind of take in the sights.
Yeah. That'd be actually not too bad an idea too. Just have fun.
I think you need to get a fan. I think you need to get a high-speed fan, like one of those tornado fans, blowing right in your face.
Oh, no, I got one too. I got one. To plug it in. I already kind of thought about that, putting that kind of near the base of my pedals and having it aim up at me.
Put on a leather helmet.
Yeah, you got to put your leather
goggles over the VR.
Hall of Fame.
Over the VR. Yeah.
That'd be hilarious.
Right.
So
Hey,
what's
Phil,
what's
answer your
race?
scarf on too.
Race
Throw a
speed.
scarf.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely got to put a scarf on.
So you can see it blowing in
Oh,
the
you
Blowing
Is
in
he
the
reason-
wind.
leather driving gloves with the fingers
yeah, with
cut
the
off.
knuckles. Yep. No,
There
or
we
no,
go.
the
Yeah.
knuckles.
So,
The
oh yeah,
knuckles.
knuckles. Sorry, you gotta take your driving gloves and cut the
Knuckles.
knuckles out on them.
And palms.
Perforated with the cut knuckles.
There we go.
Yeah.
And you need your port turbo glasses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Gotta have those.
No, you should just have a monocle. Just wear a monocle.
Gold Porsche turbo shades.
Oh.
So anyways,
What?
on to Daily B.
Yes, what's Daily B there, Mike?
We're heading over to Interlagos.
Ooh.
In the
Haven't been there in a
group.
while.
Love the
Three
track.
machine-
Love the
Group
track.
3 machinery.
Okay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is going to be on racing hard tires because
Okay.
they
Why?
just don't want to give us anything
Right.
good.
Softs will be good,
Why?
especially.
They did give us a 6-lap race
That-
Nice.
For B,
So-
they
at Interlagos.
That's
6 laps.
cool.
That
That's
could be
good.
fun
Yeah.
because it always promotes a bit of racing.
Yeah.
Um,
love the track. Love it.
um,
Yeah, it is
track.
good.
Not sure offhand what's going to be the go-to. I think there'll be a few different things. Like
Porsche will
cars
probably be in
Porsche
it.
and McLaren will be good for the
GT.
infield area. And some of the power
Think the
cars will
Merc.
be good for Merc will be good. It's always good there.
What?
I don't know. It feels like the Merc has changed. Feels like the Merc is pushy now.
Ooh. Did
But
mess
it
with
could be
Merc?
the Macker and the Porsche again, and maybe the GT.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll be going in that GT.
I think
for
MR cars
sure.
will be a little more the dominant. The NSX might do well.
Ooh.
No tires or anything.
Yeah,
like that.
650. Yeah.
The Ferrari
Yeah.
might do fairly
Oh,
well.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
You don't say.
Bit of power,
Lambo,
some
then
handling is
C4.
what you need. Yeah, exactly.
It'd be
and then
great.
we'll
The C8 Corv. Oh,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. That doesn't exist in here.
oh.
No.
Not yet.
Hopefully.
Let's
not
see. We've
yet.
been racing with the C8 for 2 years now.
Yep.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
okay. Just
Game's been out. Happy 1 year anniversary. GT7.
Yeah, that's right.
well,
Forgot
thank you
about
for all the
that.
updates. Honestly, thank you for changing the
All
things
the-
that you've been asked to. It's
And
taken
we
a long
stu-
time
hey,
to do a lot of
We
things.
stuck through the thick and the thin. And it
We
looks
had.
like we're on our way up.
367 days
mean,
later.
Right, right.
Oh,
Where
geez,
we're
Todd's,
at. Yeah.
Todd's on it.
He
Yeah,
is.
exactly. But
So what's
to
race
do
C?
the Daily C is the most used track, probably in GT history. Lago Maggiore, the full
We
course.
just did two weeks ago.
Right, yep. But we're going the other way.
Yeah, this is
And
in
I
the-
just said, don't ever run the
Yep.
track in this direction.
I hate it.
It doesn't flow well.
Doesn't. Especially the S's.
Nope.
And 2 weeks.
Yep.
Oh, you want it again in the other? Oh, here it is. 2 weeks fucking
And group
later.
fours.
What, we have
Although I
100
will
tracks
say
to
this,
choose from?
hey Todd, I will say this: it will be better in the Group 4s going the
the way that
main
it is
direction.
versus group
The way
2.
that it is, yes, yeah,
The
it's
other?
easier to get the Group 4s through the S's.
There's no,
Although that
just-
down, it's stupid. Yes, I
Dude, yeah, we
completely
just had
agree.
this 2 weeks ago.
Ooh,
Yes.
So,
you
I
think
mean,
the
with
Mustang?
Yeah, but not in group.
So,
Yeah, but not in Group 4, Todd.
and this it was reversed last
Group
time,
4.
and it was in Group 2, so it doesn't count.
Ooh, two.
So-
Both were even numbers.
So, anyways,
Ooh.
it is
Yeah.
in the Group 4. It's going to be 10 laps, 1-time tire usage, 7 times fuel. Both racing mediums are available, with the racing hards mandatory only. Yeah. So
So
there's a
save.
Fuel
variety of
saving,
things.
not really. Audi, TT.
Yeah.
Scirocco.
Yeah, now,
Mustang.
TT, Sirico, the Mustang. I think the Mustang will do well.
With the Megane.
No.
I think the Merc could do well too.
Just sucks because the
And
Megane can't get fast. It's just slow.
The
It's
Mustang
really good
won't
through
do
the
For the
well.
corners.
Sylvia?
It doesn't do well for
Ooh.
fuel. The Sylvia's fuel saving loses too much power.
Does it?
You're looking at the TT, you're looking at the Citron, you're looking at the Jaguar F-Type.
Citron.
Cars, basically, a lot of them with 7 speeds are going to be a little bit better for the fuel mileage. They don't lose the power on the short shift. The McLaren, for example, it just it'll do good there, but it won't.
All the
do
Ferrari
good
should do
pace.
good there.
The Ferrari doesn't do well on fuel.
I thought it did.
Not really. The SLS is another one that should do well. But yeah, it will be mainly like the top car will probably be the TT, obviously. But
for
there
sure.
will be a few, probably 5 or so cars mixed in there that can compete with the fuel saving and pace. Now there is a no stop available if you can fuel save enough on just do the hards. The pace will be slow, probably not the most ideal. Just to make sure you have fuel, you're going to go really slow. Hard tires, you're just off pace. You're not going to be able to make it work very well. The main strategy is 1 lap hard, 2 lap hard kind of thing. Fuel save, mediums the whole way kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Mediums until I can't go no more.
Yeah. And you can always go like the pace difference and pit stop chain difference is negligible to the point of if you are not in the slipstream, have somebody's fuel saving behind you in the slipstream and you're flat out, it's just kind of as fast. But the problem is breaking the slipstream into the people's fuel saving behind enough and quick enough that it makes it worth going flat out, because you're going to get 7 to 8 laps if you're lucky in certain cars. Some cars 6 to 7 flat out. So that takes out the medium tires out of your right off, and then you're on the slow tires. So
yeah.
It is there. But it is one of those things. It's, if you're gonna do it, I would suggest hard tires, 2 laps, flat out, get as much fuel as you're gonna need, and then just run them down on the mediums at the end.
Yeah.
As hard as you can, if that's your strategy. If you don't go the fuel saving rate, so
fucking go for broke. Well, the nice thing is, you think Tidge will have a race guide, and Mr. MCA always has a race guide.
Right, yeah, Mr. MCA and Tidge will have race guides up. So
did you
go
guys
into their channels.
did see there will be a new race guide coming out? Did you guys see Tyrannosaurus Rex? We'll start.
Yeah, he's starting to do guides,
dude. I watched, and it was a great guide, and it's a guide on trying to win these races, not using the meta car. So it's using the alternate car and showing strategies and all that and what he did. So yeah, that should be good. So first one was good. I watched that the other day. It was a good one. So yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. Channel. Well, it's nice that he's doing that.
Yeah, definitely. He's usually on Twitch live streaming, and he said he was going to start posting on his YouTube these race guides. So stay tuned for those. And
perfect.
Keep your eyes open,
especially if you want to use an alternate card. If you want to use something that's not the meta, check it out.
It's definitely me.
That's
usually.
cool.
Right.
Yeah. Try to use something.
It's funny because he was using what you were using for C, the McLaren. That's what he was using.
Yeah, I'm going to this week be driving a mixture of the Jag and the Mercedes.
Nice.
I like both of them. I did some practice in the Jag. You got to take a little bit of fuel, but pace is really good.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, even if sometimes if you have to take a little bit of fuel, but you're extremely faster than everybody else, then go for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if
Especially
you
with
can afford
the
that.
fuel
Yeah.
rate at 10 liters a second, 10% per second. It's not a huge loss. Yeah, it's a second or two sometimes, but if you're doing a second or two or a second faster going, the pace that you're doing, that 1 or 2 seconds in the pits is going to be worthwhile in the 7, 8 laps that you're going, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
that's what I look at. It's like I can fuel save in that, but I'm not the greatest at it. I'd rather just go, not necessarily full out, but go and keep a steady, fast pace. And then if I have to take a pinch of fuel, I'll take a pinch of fuel.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
absolutely.
I like fuel savers. I like those races.
I like them,
Well-
but like the strategy to them and that. But I'm not the one that can do like that perfect, like no stop, no fuel, no like. A lot
Yeah,
of
that's
guys are
hard.
going to be doing tires only, especially by the end of
Yeah.
the week.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we may have. I don't. What am I going to say? I just am not a fan of fuel saving unless there's some sort of real strategy. But I'm sorry. I don't mind. How do I put this? Jeez, my brain stopped working. I don't mind fuel saving if fuel saving is also implemented with like a tire race where you have to do something. Problem is, it doesn't sound like it's much of a tire race.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
If you're. So this is what I think Polyphony is missing out on. The fact that one of the interesting things about racing in general is the entire strategy. It's not just tires, it's the fuel strategy. It's not just fuel, it's the tire strategy. It's both of them working together to make it really interesting. I mean, watching the Indy Car race today. Let's just use that. So
Marbles.
some people, yeah, oh boy, the marbles are bad. Oof. Those new green tires were spitting off some real big marbles. Big marbles.
Chunks.
Yeah. But let's do this. Okay, so you had the fast tire and you had the slow tire, and then you have fuel strategy. Fuel strategy was sort of taken out of the mix because of the two major accidents that happened. Like major. There were enough cautions.
Oh man, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, but let's just.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, let's just look at that. Okay, so in that race, it was a two-stop strategy. You're going to have to stop 2 times for tires and fuel.
And fuel. Yep.
Tires and fuel, not just tires and not just fuel. Because I think Polyphony needs to do more multi-tire races. I think they need to be including the soft tire a lot more.
Yeah.
I think they need to be increasing the fuel consumption as well as tire degradation. I think everything needs to be switched. I think they need to come at race C or add a race D endurance race.
That would be great.
That's not going to happen, but that would be great.
Me and Mike were talking.
Hold on a second. Speaking of endurance races, they have kind of done one.
That 7-lap Fuji race, that big endurance race?
Yeah. No. This Saturday, manufacturer's race.
This coming up Saturday?
Saturday's manufacturer race is going to be a 24-hour, 24-lap, 1-hour race at Spa with weather.
Really?
That's gonna be crazy.
Really?
Okay.
But to kind of reiterate what we were talking, me and Mike were talking, like if they could have a race C where if you were a mid B and higher, your race has a little bit more fuel, a little bit more tire wear, maybe a 10 or a 12 lap race. If you're mid B or lower, then your race may be 7 laps and it's 1 tire. So the average player doesn't feel overwhelmed or whatever, and they can still kind of participate and build up. And their goal is to be, B plus, or so they can have the tire fuel or the higher tire wear, fuel wear, and more laps in the race. If they could do it somehow, something like along those lines.
Yeah,
I think.
I think the casual base of the game just can't handle that. That's the big, like Todd and I were saying, they just, like the road cars at Nations, and it was in the Nissans,
Fuji and the Z. Yep.
Like a lot of people can't handle road cars, and after 1 or 2 little things here and there, a few laps they can barely make, let alone an hour race. You know what I mean, kind of thing. Which, it's understandable, but at the same time, the people at the high end, where we are, like kind of more is, we like it, we can handle it, give it to us. So implement some kind of maybe staging or ranking that way, that the higher in the rank, the more difficult the racing is.
I think that's too difficult though for programming. They have to, again, they already have extended themselves out too far when it comes to car collectors and
photographers
and livery editors and so on. They've extended themselves out too far as it is. We can't ask them to, because they just don't.
They can't.
They still don't get They don't get racing. They don't get racing at all. They don't understand that. And I guess there's a problem too, because we also have people like Key, who isn't necessarily a race fan. He's a gamer who's gotten competitive in racing.
He's a bit of a race fan, but not like, say, for example, us. People like ourselves.
He watches F1. Yeah,
but that's it. Like, he's like the mainstream kind of, then that's pretty much it. This is F1. You don't really hear him talking about anything else race wise, kind of thing. For the most part, unless it's some kind of major news and it's something that everybody knows about. But yeah, like you need more like people that involved with the game that understand racing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I understand it is the real driving simulator, but maybe don't have race cars if it's going to be a driving simulator, not a racing simulator.
Yeah, we want to race.
We want to race. If you're going to have races, let's have races. Let's not have, we're going to put you on the shittiest tire in the shittiest car and you drive around like that. People don't want to do that. I'm sorry. People don't want to drive around. And then of course you're judged, and you're judged heavily by their point system.
Yeah.
People don't. Why does someone want to get into a race where they know they're going to lose their points and they're going to be frustrated? People don't want to do that.
Yeah.
No.
Let's give us, group 4 through group 1 or group X cars. Give us fast cars. Let us go out there, have a good time. If you're going to have a race B that's going to be a short sprint race, guess what you do in sprint races? You put us on soft tires.
Good tires,
You soft tires.
Yep.
If you're going to have a race C and make it a strategy race, make it a strategy race. Include tires, include fuel, give an opportunity to throw several different things in there, whether
undercut, overcut.
Well, the manufacturer races
fuel saving, not fuel saving.
Good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, they have been.
That's what they need to get to for C. Just do more like
C needs
like
to
that.
be much more like. Yep, absolutely. I agree with that.
Yeah, more strategy in the race C should be implemented.
Rain.
Yep.
If there's weather available at a track, make it random. Make it random. If there's a track that you can get rain at, Make the dynamic weather happen.
Yeah, and
Just
do it how they did. Monday you work it in, Tuesday you work in the rain a little bit more, Wednesday a little bit, so people can get acclimated throughout the fucking week.
Mhm.
But use it.
use what
have it.
you have and use what you advertised. That's how I feel.
Exactly.
So that's
which is why
It's
I'm looking forward to
2023.
Saturday. It's going to be one of those things that you're going to have every other slot available to you, or have to quit the race before
Right.
which
yeah.
a lot of people might end up doing to get into the next slot if they have a bad one. So, because you're not going to make it in time.
No.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Because it's 24 laps, and Spa is 2 minutes 4,
Plus.
2 minutes 10, depending on how fast you are, and
Weather.
So 2 minutes a
2
lap
pit
there
stops.
is 48. With pit stops, you're looking at over probably close to 55 minutes.
Because it could be the long pit stop too.
Oh yeah.
It could be the long pit stop, which means you're really screwed.
Yep.
Oh, and I picked a Ferrari for my second account.
So you're looking at when you enter that race, when the lobby opens at 15 minutes of time, right? From that point until you get out of that lobby, you're looking at probably an hour and 25 minutes.
Ooh.
Hour and a half. Yeah. It'll be 2 hours. Yeah, you'll be stacked 2 hours each race. Yeah. So if you get in at 4 o'clock, you're not racing until 6 o'clock, and then you're doing another one. It won't be until 8, and then you're done. Or you're doing the 5, 7, and 9 if they have it, kind of deal.
Yeah. And I'm looking so much forward to it because it's going to be it's a long race, and that's
fuck
the
yeah,
thing is,
24 laps there. That's going to be awesome.
You gotta keep going because in a race it's going to be
weather,
such because the consistency of people is really going to come out, because you got to go not just 5 laps, not just 10 laps with 1 or 2 little mistakes. You have to go 24 fucking laps with weather.
Yeah.
Like, you make a mistake, you can come back still in that race easily.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's such a great. That's probably my second favorite track.
Oh yeah, same. I love.
Oh yeah, it should be a good time.
Yeah.
So
it'd be a very good time.
Looking up to a party. Speaking of other races, good races. We got to see that race this weekend.
Oh yeah, there was a bunch of races this weekend.
We had Supercross at Daytona.
Oh shit. I didn't know about that one.
Eli Tomac winning his 7th Daytona.
Nice.
Got Indy. Yeah, NASCAR.
Indy was fucking crazy. GT World Challenge at St. Pete. That was a good race. That went into started in the
Miatas were there.
Yeah, the Miatas were there. They had a good race weekend at St. Pete.
They did, dude. Fuck yeah. Those Miatas, man. I just every time I see those, I do picture us as we could all do that shit. We should be in there fucking bumping
those Miatas, fucking flying.
Doing that shit.
That would be a blast.
Yeah.
Sequential
Miata racing. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they're just neck and neck and side by side, door to door.
Right.
It's so much fun.
Oh yeah.
Well,
did you guys see? Was it Jardier? He got to drive that Alpine GT4 car.
Oh no!
Check out his channel. Yeah,
really?
His latest video he drove a GT4.
That was designed by me.
Oh, dude!
That car is basically what I built.
Really?
Is it
for that's the shits and giggles? That was basically the car I built.
Oh shit! Yeah, he got to drive that around.
It's with the Group 4 setup.
Did he put in good lap times?
I think he was with was it James Baldwin, the real racer and streamer guy. Yeah. He was there with them, and I think he got within a few seconds. He wanted to get closer, but all in all, I think for a guy that just does sim and is never really in a real race car, he did pretty damn good.
Did he? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Again, well, Jermaine has talked about that though. And he said that, the only thing that it gets left out is the G-force.
And there's
Oh my gosh, yes, that is our car. I'm watching the video right now. That's our Alpine, the death machine.
The death machine.
The death machine. That car could not figure out what it wanted to do.
Yeah, he was getting
It didn't know if it was pushing or if it was going to spin you off into the wall. You never knew.
It did know. It did know it was going to do it at a fast ass speed.
Yeah, you did know it was good. You're going to be going really fast when it did it. So let's start with Formula One, since that was the first race of the day.
All right, hold on. Let me get this up. Cause
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Do you guys watch practices? Any of the 1, 2, or 3? Practice?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I watched. Yeah. Yeah.
It was just great seeing good old Fernando Alonso up there in that Aston Martin.
Wow.
I was
Now-
dude flying. He
Now-
was at the
Now
top spot.
I thought that maybe there was a little bit of sandbagging going on with
Mercedes.
Mercedes, Red Bull, and
Well, yeah,
Ferrari?
Red Bull. Yeah, but not too much. I'd say Red Bull a little bit.
Red Bull definitely a lot.
Dude.
Definitely a lot.
Max was gone. He was gone.
Max who? He
Right.
had already left before the end of the race. He'd already
He
left,
checked
gone
out.
home.
Yeah.
He
Took a shower,
he should
had a
have just
beer.
Sandwich.
watched
Had a
the end of
day.
the race. Was amazed by it.
Well, he wanted to be home for the Indy race
Right.
because his good buddy was in it, and so he wanted to be there to make sure he could
Right?
Exactly.
his good buddy in the race.
He had time to fly there.
Right?
Yeah, he
The
did.
private
Wow.
jet, yep.
Yeah.
I tell you, I feel sorry for Charles Leclerc. Engine
Oh,
issues.
That fucking killed me.
Oh yeah.
Killed me.
The
Killed.
Mercedes actually did better than I expected
Same.
over the race. I think that they have to be watched out for.
Yeah.
I think
I hope.
think Mercedes by the end of the season could be
manufacturer.
boy, I think they could be on their way to, if not winning the constructors title, they'll be number 2.
Really? See, I think
Yeah.
Aston's got a good chance of being second or even
Third.
I think, yeah.
I think Aston, I don't know, they might have consistency issues.
Yeah.
Where placements are. I mean, you could have Fernando Alonso in the top 3 every
Right,
time,
but, yeah,
but
if Lance
who knows where
Stroll's not
Lance
finishing.
Stroll is going to be.
Yep.
Whereas Mercedes is always going to be very close to each other, whether that's
exactly.
fifth,
'Cause
sixth, or fourth,
fifth and
fifth.
seventh today, and then
Yep.
sixth and third for Aston Martin today.
Yeah, but I think Merck has a car that is going to be able to be.
You think even with
Upgraded.
those side, you think they're going to bring back some side pods? I think
Nope.
You don't think
Nope.
so?
It has. They've come down and they've said that it wasn't the side pod.
Really?
It was the floor. It was the floor in the way they were manipulating the air around the car. And they are sticking with the side pods the way they are, just like Ferrari is sticking with the side pods the way they have them.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's their philosophy. And, in the end, who was I listening to? Somebody was talking that's way more intelligent than me, was saying that gives them a better flexibility when it comes to what they don't have to wait for. I think I talked about this a couple weeks ago. They have flexibility in what they're going to do as opposed to the cars that are basic Red Bull knockoffs.
Yeah.
So I think Ferrari looked really fast too, though. Ferrari looked really good,
I don't
but
think
man,
they're
that Aston.
the reliability for the Ferrari is going to kill them this year. If they're already having
Again.
problems at the beginning,
Yep.
dude, I was so mad.
The other day when I saw I was watching the practice, and I can't for the life of me. One of you guys, I was talking about it with what the Astons look like. How good they looked, and then I saw during qualifying some shots of Alonso, and he has a look on him right now that is 25-year-old Alonso.
Yeah, he looks rejuvenated.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hunger You know what I mean? Like after getting in that car and driving it, he has a hunger. I think the consistent, like you're saying, like they for the as a constructor, if they can get the other car up there all the time. But I
we
think
could
Alonso,
see.
I think he did pretty good with a couple.
I think we could see Alonso second or third in the championship.
I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I think he is. And if they can get that idiot to drive the car properly behind them without hitting him,
his teammate, in there.
Idiot. Yeah, you know the easiest way to stop that from happening? Get another driver. He shouldn't be in Formula One.
No,
he shouldn't be in Formula One.
And this is what I have to say, because that car is I think is one of the fastest cars on the circuit.
It's fast
because Lance Stroll is still recovering from double wrist surgery.
Yeah,
is in pain behind the wheel, and he still managed to get that car around in sixth. That means you put a driver in that car, and you have a very good top battling manufacturer, because Alonso is going to put that at the front all the time right this year.
Let's just point this out. Turn 10 on Lewis Hamilton.
Right, that was great.
The confidence that he has in that car. Yeah. I mean, when they were battling and they came off from the short straightaway. You know, it's turn 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's the straightaway into turn 5, and Alonso is sideways.
Yep.
And still holding on to it. He knows how to drive that car.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like it's amazing. It's amazing. He is so happy about that car. He was so happy.
Did you hear him when he took Hamilton?
He was just like,
he was just like, something like that. That's how you do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
You could, like I said, he's got that hunger. Like he's like he wouldn't have done that last year. You know what I mean? Because the car wasn't that quick. It was like he was just going to get passed back right away, and he wouldn't risk it last year. You know what I mean? Now he's in a car.
Getting past Hamilton and then hitting Sainz and getting past the Ferrari. Shit, he was on a tear.
Well, I've got a question. For you, and it's probably something that nobody noticed but me. But do you notice he's driving with the helmet that he drove with, or the helmet livery that he drove with when he was with Renault and he was a champion with Renault?
Yep.
Did you notice that? Now, was that now the question is, yes.
Yeah.
Is that a fuck you to Alpine? Or is that these are the colors that I won the championship with. I'm going to win the championship again.
Probably a little bit of both.
I think it's both. I think it does come with that desire, like that winning desire. I won. This is my winning helmet, and I am going to fucking win this year. Because he is a man on a mission. I think.
Hell yeah.
I think like I said, like that when he won. How long ago? Like that, he's got that desire from when he was young. And he's got a car to get him there, which is the exciting point. Like we're gonna have like actual races within races now.
Oh yeah. Do you think Piastri was like, damn it, why did I have to come over here to?
Piastri was with Renault or Alpine.
Oh, he was with Alpine.
So
was he with Alpine?
Oh yeah,
okay.
He was with Alpine.
He wasn't with.
And remember, Alonso was like, "I'm switching to Aston," and Alpine was like, thank God we have this another." And he's like, "Nope, I'm signing with McLaren."
I'm out.
But McLaren looked struggly.
Yeah. The Alpine looked shitty too.
The Alpine didn't look great, and it doesn't help to have a driver who gets a grid spot penalty and then gets a 5-second penalty to serve that turns into a 10-second penalty that turns into another 5-second penalty.
Disaster.
That is disaster. Utter disaster.
I couldn't believe it.
And that was the boring. That was the boring race this week.
Right.
It was.
I have a question. How long has Sainz been racing for?
Oh,
Carlos.
shit. It's been, what, 6 seasons? Maybe more?
Okay.
Gosh,
How
it seems
about
more than that.
Perez?
Perez, a while. I'd say almost 10.
All right. Obviously, Hamilton's been around a while,
Oh, yeah.
and Alonso's been around a
Yeah,
while.
those are the
So
two
all
oldest, I
the
think.
top competitive teams, the best teams in Formula One, have a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Look at all the other
Yeah.
teams for them, some of them have guys have been around, but like veteran winning, like strong kind of thing. Whereas you got like McLaren's going to suffer.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
They
dude,
got
I felt bad
they
for
got nothing
Norris.
there. You know,
They
Alpine's
have
going to suffer.
nothing.
Like these teams that had nothing but young, like they're just going to house these young talents until the space opens up in the big teams.
Well, it's crazy because Haas has 2 veteran drivers, and they were
That's the
looking
pro-
pretty good in practice, but during the race, the Haas just fell out, man.
Yeah. Well, again, there's another thing. Two veterans.
Yep, two
I mean, there's
veterans.
too much old. Like you need that youth in the team and the veteran knowledge in the team.
Mhm.
So the veteran knowledge to how cars and how to handle vehicles, right? And that youthful push it to the limit, no
Yep.
fear. You know,
Yeah,
No
well, the
fear.
old guy needs that young guy pushing him.
Yep.
exactly.
Yep. Well, too, I was
It's,
surprised by Williams
And
because they got
Oh, Williams.
2 younger guys,
Dude.
and Sargent did
Dude.
pretty good, and Albon points. First race, Williams actually got points.
Yeah, the Williams car does not look bad. It
No.
certainly isn't the bottom of the barrel anymore. That's for sure.
Right. That's going to help them big time.
You know, Haas, I was surprised by Haas. I thought Haas was going to do better, but it looks like they have 1 lap
I was
speed, and that's
yeah,
about all.
Same. I was hoping they were going to
You
do
know.
better. I was stoked
What about-
for Logan Sargent
Yeah.
to do as good as he did in his first race. But I was also surprised by Yuki pulling through the field like he did in the AlphaTauri because that car kind of looks shitty too.
Doesn't look awesome, that's for sure.
Because we're just let's see, 14th, Nick DeFries, 14th.
Well, and then you had the exciting race this week, which was Indy Car.
Yeah, in Florida.
which is
St.
the one that's
Pete's.
usually not the exciting one mentioned as the exciting. It's usually the background race.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Indy happened.
Dude,
You know,
they were
kind of,
flying
but-
in Indy. Getting
Dude,
those cars were
literally
getting
flying.
airborne. Shit was
what-
crazy.
How
And,
far do you think? What was his name? Kirkwood got off the ground. Do you think he hit 6 or 8 feet?
At least
8, yeah.
At least.
Yeah, 7 to 8
plus.
feet.
How far do you think?
he launched?
How far do you think first lap get sideswiped, dude? He was
Right.
at least 4 feet off the
Dude, at
ground.
least, yeah. And that was crazy.
Dude.
First lap, first couple of corners, it pile up.
Yeah.
Up. I was just stoked Grosjean got pole. He was looking good. He was
Oh,
looking
yeah.
strong out
Dude, he
there.
was looking great.
He was
Right?
so fast.
Dominating.
I got
the
him
whole
pushing
weekend.
this year. He's going to be pushing hard.
Yeah. Well,
Dude, he's
and
gonna be a top. The ovals, he may have some trouble,
Right,
but
yeah,
all the
on
road
the-
courses,
yeah.
he is
should
a lock
hopefully
in
dominate.
for podium.
I felt bad for him with his little incident he had. With,
Little incident?
what's
Dude.
his nuts?
That was
Scott
huge.
Mc-
yeah,
Scott
McLaughlin knew he wasn't going to make that
Cold
turn.
tires. I know
Yeah.
no one's going to
Tires.
give an
I
inch, but you had cold tires coming out of the pits. And did you see the replay when he was coming out of the pits? How close they were, and
Yeah.
how he? Oh my god, that shit was insane.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Insane.
That was really, really disappointing. There was, the fact that they were like,
it is.
"Oh, well, you get a drive-through penalty."
Mhm.
I'm like, you took a dude completely out of the race. You should be disqualified for that.
Yeah.
Like that was a significant injury to another team. He should have been taken out of the race.
Oh yeah.
They should have disqualified him. And it's Will Power getting a 5-second penalty for taking Colton Herta. Who
yeah.
I don't like Colton Herta, but really, you knew that wasn't your corner, and you were
Right.
still going to try to. And Colton Herta left a little bit of room for you And instead of hitting your brakes and getting in behind him, instead you just ram into him and take a car out of the race. I think there needs to be stricter rules when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, maybe it's a 5-second penalty if the car isn't damaged beyond recognition, but I think if you start taking cars out of the race, something more significant should happen to you.
Oh yeah, it was like watching Gran Turismo on that race, and it was
Oh,
like
it
the
was.
GT World Challenge
Oh my
race,
God.
race one.
Yeah, the SF.
It was like watching Turismo. Everyone trying to push through because that's only a 40-minute stint race, and
the problem is that track, like all road circuits or all street circuits, is so narrow.
yes,
Narrow.
very
Comes to a
tight.
pinch
It's
point.
so
Very
narrow,
tight.
and
Got pinch points everywhere.
And again, the tires. I mean, I understand what Indy is trying to do and trying to be more sustainable. I get
Going
that.
green.
I don't have a problem with that, but boy, those tires put giant like boulders. They had giant marbles all over it really turned into one racing line.
Yeah, those were literally like
If any
softballs.
car got off a little bit,
You're
they were
done.
dead.
Yeah, you're done.
It was really, really bad. I was surprised by that. But the race in general, from start to finish,
Good.
damn, that was a good race.
Action packed.
It was.
Yep.
I enjoyed it.
Very,
I
very
enjoyed
good.
that Indy race for
Yep.
sure.
I did not watch the NASCAR race,
Nope.
so I
Neither
don't
did
know.
I.
Did they get a bigger?
I caught some of it. They got a bigger.
Did they get a bigger trophy?
Bigger
Okay.
They got a bigger trophy. Byron won all three. He won all three stage. Not much for yellow flags. Kind of a static race. Not much to report there, really. I was going to ask, did you guys see Formula 2?
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh, you guys are, oh my, it is exciting. The sprint race itself, oh, fuck.
Insane.
Oh yeah, the top five were all like bumper to bumper, back and forth. Fucking, it was insane.
Hey, did you see the MotoGP race today?
No, I did not.
No, neither did I because it wasn't on anything.
Oh, okay. It wasn't even
find
on
it anyway.
Peacock?
No, dude, you go to Peacock and you put in MotoGP and it's like, race for the blah, blah, blah. Peacock's the fucking worst.
Really?
Peacock sucks.
Yeah.
Let me see what
Sucks.
NBC
What does it
Sports.
suck?
It's like cocks. That's what it does. It sucks cocks.
Sucks dirty assholes.
There you go.
Yeah, they got the highlights from St. Pete. NASCAR highlight. Yeah, nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
Hey guys, what's Peter Pan's favorite thing to eat out? Wendy's. I heard that scrolling through reels the other day. Some chick told that to her husband. I was dying.
Nice.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah, I'm. Which race series are you really looking forward to watching the entire year?
Oh, for me, F1.
F1.
Indy.
Yeah, I think Indy could be more interesting than Formula One this year.
Ooh.
I'm
I'm going to try and watch both for sure. But I always just get so stoked with F1. I don't know. It's one of those ones.
I've been to tons of Indy races. It's just more like family friendly and just like the drivers aren't put on such pedestals and shit like that. So and it's not going to cost you a couple $1,000 to go to a race for a weekend. You know,
I was thinking about that today. Is F1 the only one that does a huge ceremony at the end with the champagne and the fucking trophies and shit? They're like the only one.
No, they all have.
Do they?
You know,
but anything extravagant like that, fireworks.
Yeah.
Well,
Fucking
fireworks a little bit,
champagne.
nothing quite that big.
Yeah.
But champagne, yeah, IndyCar does that. I just
Oh,
never
yeah.
stick around for it when I
Okay.
go to a
Yeah,
race because I'm trying to get to my
we-
car and go home.
Yeah,
Get the hell
yeah,
out of
Europe,
there.
and they stay there and celebrate and dance
You got
and cry and laugh.
speaking of the celebrations, like the old Formula One,
Oh, they get
like
wild.
25, 30 years ago in Formula One at the end, man, like the fans, it was just like a sea of people on
Oh,
the on,
yeah.
Yeah.
oh yeah, like everybody was there partying afterwards, like
Especially in
celebrating the
Brazil.
wins.
Have you seen Brazil at the end of a race?
Yeah.
Oh,
dude.
Yeah.
fuck.
Brazil and
Fans
Italy
and
are the best.
Dude, I would die. That is too much sweaty, close bodies. Ugh. Throw up. Blech. I wouldn't be able to breathe.
Brazilian women.
Oh, bitch, you stink. Put down your arms. Put some deodorant on. Shave them bitches.
It's not France, it's Brazil.
Brazilians.
Oh, Brazilians.
Oh, you're
that's-
getting Todd going now.
You're
Todd
getting, you're
is
getting those
getting going.
pheromones going.
Yeah, those
Come
big
here, Todd.
booty
I'm
led
calling you over here.
women.
I'll be floating.
But
This
yeah,
is turning into an OnlyFans.
Right?
Right.
Did you see the OnlyFans Indy Car?
OnlyFans IndyCar
Did you
edition.
see that? Oh,
the sponsor.
yes. Main sponsors
What?
OnlyFans on the side of the Indy Car. I was laughing so hard.
No.
Yes. Let me find
Well,
That's
when you
fucking-
need sponsors and
Oh
they
my
got the
God.
money.
Wait,
Yeah,
there's an
Yes.
IndyCar team with an OnlyFans
Yep.
sponsor.
yeah. That's
No.
fucking
it.
priceless.
Yes.
Another reason to love fucking
Right?
keeping fucking
I was laughing
prostitution and the American dream alive.
Fuck's sakes.
Logan
Oh.
Carno signs title sponsor. Who the hell is? Oh no, that's Supercross. I mean, that's hilarious. No matter what, that's
Oh, I saw
hilarious.
It was.
Yeah, again, when the team needs a sponsor and they're willing to pay.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. Wow, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but
That's
everyone
really,
look for
really
the new, in
funny.
the next Indy race. Look for the
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
I'm surprised it's not
Get
blurred
their
out
merch,
because
right? I know that's what that promotes. But that's
Oh,
just
that's funny.
They're probably they look them up. Oh, it's some tech company, and yeah, they're worth like fucking $5 billion. Sure, yeah, well, they can sponsor us, and yet they don't know that it's fucking women selling their fucking, fucking sewing shit.
do
Well,
we
I'm sure
know
guys do
who's
it
going to
too,
be?
everybody, but whatever.
Do we know who's going to be carrying the WEC race this weekend?
Ooh, I don't. YouTube, if anything.
The interwebs.
You might have to catch that after it goes live, after like a week. I think if it's not on YouTube when it's live, it should be like a week or two later. I know that's what sucks.
Yeah.
But
it usually-
Because that's going to be good. I can't wait for Sebring.
Yeah, I like that.
Sebring's going to be coming up.
Where? Hold on, I'm looking right now. Oh, it could be on Wednesday, March 5th to Saturday, March 18th. It could be on the P-Pops. Yeah, it could be on the Peacock, I think.
Oh,
Hold on.
really?
That's IMSA. Hold on. Because is there IMSA and 12 Hours of Sebring? IMSA.
Yeah, that'll be on
I thought
Peacock.
it was... Yeah, I thought it was the WEC, though.
That's... when is that? April? Or the end of March?
FIA Endurance, 23 hours of... Hold on. Looking it up.
Looking...
Bear with us.
9 days.
Yeah, bear
nine
with
nine
us.
days. Track, Sebring, 17 turns, participants, hypercars.
Yeah, Ferrari will be there with their
No, that's supposed to
hypercar.
be okay. Blah blah blah. Race 1 of 7 participants. Yeah, 9 days away.
Yep. 12 hours at Sebring. That'll be a good one. I know I still haven't done Interlagos or Laguna Seca in VR, so I want to do those because those are going to be crazy.
Oh, I think it could be. It'll the WC TV.
When's F1's next?
I wonder if it's IMSA and WC all
All the same.
that weekend.
Yeah, it might be.
All the same.
Yeah, because those WEC cars are coming over for that, some of them.
Huh. Well, and they're supposed to be close enough to the same.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. Well, it's going to be this next weekend no matter what. So
Yep. And
So-
I think it might be about that time to wrap her up,
I think
guys.
so too.
Another great
I hope
episode.
you stuck around.
Oh,
Always a
yeah,
great
you know
episode.
they did. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Check us out on our Instagrams, PDX_sim_team. Send us some questions or some topics you want to hear us talk about. That'd be great. Or even shoot us an email at pdxsimteam@gmail.com. Affiliate links are down below for Extreme Sim Racing. If you're looking for a cockpit or any like Sim Magic gear or anything like that, check them out at least. See what they got. They might have something for you. And am I missing anything
Don't
else?
forget
Wes?
mypetstickers.com. Daniel would really appreciate your patronage. He's trying to get his commercial license for. Well, he has his commercial license for aviation, but he's trying to get in a bunch of hours so he can get hired by an airline. So he needs money for that. So go to mypetstickers.com and buy stuff from him.
Great
stuff.
cause.
Buy his stuff.
Yep. And then we'll be streaming tonight on YouTube's, guys. Check out our
Dailies.
channels. I'll be on PDX Sim. Jimbo, where you be at?
I'll be PDX Jimbo.
PDX Jimbo's. Tad?
Bye. Oh, I'll be at Vogue 55.
Rose 55 and
That's-
Coach Mike.
I'll be at PDX_N_X with a K.
Yeah, YouTube tonight. VR for me. Jimbo will be getting it. Todd's going to be ordering his. Mike will be ordering
I
his
will.
at some point.
I will.
It's great. I'm addicted.
We'll be the first VR team.
Yep. VR.
That's
I'll be
right.
doing the
VR
manufacturers
team.
and nations.
Team.
Team.
They
Teamwork
got
makes the
everybody
dream work,
a
everybody.
team more.
And we will see
Team.
you next
It's
week.
team.
Howdy ho,
Right.
pal. Bye.
Team.
See ya.
What?